Hi, my name is Dion Hinchcliffe. I'm VP and Principal Analyst at Constellation Research.
And I'm Amy Haworth, and I'm the Chief of Staff to our Chief People Officer here at Citrix.
Hi, and I'm Joe Verderame. I'm the VP of Strategy and Architecture for Citrix's corporate IT organization.
So welcome to the Citrix Employee Experience Virtual Summit. I'll be talking about trends and what's happening in the industry in terms of employee experience, and then our distinguished guests will be talking about how to actually get there. So reimagining a better employee experience, that's really the topic today. We'll explore how digital workplace tools, how technologies and the way that we get work done in organizations is shifting. And when we're done with this, we hope you take away how best to realize the future of work for humans using digital journeys. So I'd like to frame up where we are today with the realization that for the first time in human history, we are all connected. And this is an unprecedented power of incalculable value. So how can organizations take advantage of it? If we look at startups and technology companies, they're obsessed with taking advantage of this fact. And we're just only now kind of understanding that we need to have the same lens when it comes to employee experience. So the other issue we have is that we're trying to deal with a very high rate of change inside and outside of our organizations. We've entered what is essentially the exponential era, and organizations that want to have a modern employee experience need to figure out how to adapt and adopt tools more quickly than they are today in order to satisfy and meet both business needs and employee needs. Because technology change has actually been good for us. If you look at the overall increase in the human population and lifespan, there's no question technology is an amazing thing. We just have to figure out how to adapt it to our organizations a little bit faster. So I'd like to frame up that we're going to see more change in life and business in the next 10 years than the last 40 combined. It's an enormous opportunity to do incredible things for our stakeholders, our shareholders, our employees, and especially our customers. But the challenge is that the linear thinking we've had to get to where we are with things like digital workplace today doesn't prepare us for this exponential change. So we need approaches, models, methods, tools, and platforms that can get us there, can adapt to this fast enough, because most organizations are behind the digital curve. We're struggling with digital maturity. There are some organizations that are ahead, but if you look at overall, most organizations are behind. So I often say this is a good thing. If you feel like you're behind, well, everyone else feels that too. And it's evidence that we are having challenges riding that change curve. So we need to think differently. We have to do something in new ways. We can't just keep repeating the methods of the past. So we need exponential thinking and adaptability for skills. How do we get our employees skilled up faster in the new ways of working? How do we get better tools in their hands faster than we have them before? How do we shift the culture more quickly to take advantage of these new ways of working? And how do we help our teams and our employees build the networks they need to build the future? So we're kind of past the traditional methods for human adaptability. We need to do something new. So I often talk about a sustainable approach to rapid change in the digital workplace. Where most of us are is in a relatively inefficient kind of hand building employee experience, bringing in one tool at a time and throwing it over the wall. Some organizations are getting more efficient at it, but they're still relatively slow. What we need is a sustainable path for the development of the digital workplace. And that's where the conversation has gone. It used to be years ago, I would talk to primarily solution teams. Who's in charge of unified communications? Who's in charge of the intranet? Who's in charge of video conferencing? We now see that conversation's gone up from solutions to thinking about the digital workplace. The last 3 to 4 years, I see companies have heads of digital workplace that the solutions roll up to. And just as we were getting that sorted out, now we have this conversation that is not so IT-centric anymore. It's saying, how do we take all of this, not just the technology we're essentially throwing over the walls to our workers, but the entire experience that the employees are having in our organizations. That includes the technological environment, the cultural environment, and the physical environment, which are all actually connected. And when we have this fuller context, we can realize better solutions. So we'll see how we look at employee experience and how we can digitally enable it. It gives us a powerful lens to do much better, much more than we did before.